no control over my finances. I was earning a pretty decent salary, but just felt that every month it was kind of going into my bank account, and by the end of the month it was gone again, and I had no real idea of what I was spending it on. I had no control over my spending and no control over my investments or my savings. So, you know, being in my early 30s and having a pretty good job and being single, I really wanted to take control of those finances. So we first met when we had coffee, and we sat down and you basically gave me your business plan and what your mission statement, if you like, was. And I was sold straight away. I think everything you said resonated with me. You related with me personally, and you knew what I was about. You could tell already. And I got excited, I think, the first time I met you. I thought I could see a future and I could see things changing from that very first time I met you. It was really, really helpful to actually go through what I wanted to achieve in, number one, the first 7 years, and then 7 years to retirement, and retirement onwards. I'd never given that a second's thought. I genuinely had never thought of what I would do after retirement. So number one, it was a big wake-up call, and it was a realisation that I needed to start thinking that way. But what was good was it had a personal slant on it, so I was able to actually see what my achievements would be in the next 7 years and going forward. The first thing I'm starting to see is an awareness. So I'm more aware of my money. It now gets paid into my account on the 15th of the month. I know exactly what I've got to spend on clothes and food and groceries and utilities. And although it's a challenge to stick to that, because I know what the results are going to be at the end of it, it's very, very satisfying. I was actually going to refinance my home loan, but without giving it much thought, to tell you the truth. Once again, somebody told me that I should, so I was going to. But Steve sat me down and talked through all the different options with a different home loan, and it was all very logical and made sense for me. It felt tailored towards me, and it felt like Steve was listening to what I wanted out of life. First of all, I would say I wish I'd done this earlier. That's the big thing. As soon as I started the process, I was angry at myself for not starting it earlier. But obviously once you do, you just feel so much more in control of your life. I've been shown how I'm going to save money on my mortgage, and it's significant. And so, you know, I think the numbers just speak for themselves, and the way Steve explains it makes it a lot easier. So ever since I've joined this process with Steve and Experience Wealth, I have been recommending it to everybody. I think everyone needs to take control of their finances. Everyone needs to be aware of what they're doing and start saving for the future. And I will continue to refer Steve to people, and I'll continue to talk up the experience.